And
And then there are but in a different way. You're experiencing.
all right, let's get this
You're
started.
Let me see who you're finding.
All right, so it's road. Yeah, so today it's Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023. This year it's going by super fast. So tell me what's been going on. What's been going on with life? What's been going on with business? What have you guys been seeing? What have you guys been doing?
My yard is watered.
Yeah.
Saving on my water bill. People love your water bill, right? Yeah, yeah. So how many people of you guys are loving the weather?
I'm using all my sweaters, man. I tell you.
Yeah, you might not get seven already, huh?
Are in rotation.
Yes, how do you, I know Rashawn, you used to be in Seattle, I think about this weather. It's like, oh, shoot.
No cold. I'm really being stable.
Awesome, I love it, I love it. Yeah, so what have you guys been seeing, what's been going on with the market the last few weeks? What have you guys been experiencing, talking to your clients and so forth?
Competitive right now.
Okay.
It's super hot.
Yes, absolutely, right? And just a imagine a flip, less than 3 months. You know, possibly going into a buyer's market, now all of a sudden we're going back into a hot seller's market, right? Just how quickly the market changed. So we'll go more into that as we get to that section of our meeting today. So let's get started. We already saw that video there.
Hello, Keller Williams. Welcome.
There's Martine. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Yes. All right, so our MVPP. To build towards having business for only lives or living experiences for gaining a legacy for the team. Keller Williams, if you're a real estate company, 24 agents and our customers. God, family, and vision. Win-win or no deal. Integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication, seek first, understand. Creativity, ideas before results. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty, equity, opportunity for all. Success results through people. A technology company that provides a real estate platform for our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer. Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a trained consultant, and focuses all its activities on service, productivity, and profitability. All right. One of my favorite parts of this show. It is our favorite game show titled. Yes, name that prize. So Mo, help us. Who's coming down? Who is the first contestant on our favorite game show titled? All right.
8233740.
All right, Melissa, come on down, Melissa. Yes. Get up, Melissa. Yes. Go time. You were eating when that seat got pulled and had to give your number? I'm just saying. All right, who's the second?
Last 3, 737.
John.
I was guessing.
7.
Oh, I think that's a nobody. Because.
No, I get it, Tina.
Oh, you're going down.
No.
All right. All right. Yes. Yes. Right. Awesome. I love it. All right. So, yeah. So let's check out the property today. All right. So, so this property is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,205 square feet. As you can see here, it has a beautiful 2-car attached garage. It was built in 1988. This home is in Chino Hills because we are in Chino Hills. So in case someone has that question, where's this property located, right? This property literally was only on the market for 5 days.
Wait a second. Can you give us the specs one more time?
Yeah.
Sure, it is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,205 square feet home. It's built in 1988. It was literally on the market for only 5 days. It actually closed this month. So it literally closed this month. Yeah, so remember, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,205 square feet.
With my like 900.
Okay, All right, so you go with 900, okay, all right.
It's sold in 5 days.
It sold in 5 days, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, over 2,000 square feet. You can see the pictures here, great location. And if there's another picture, there'd be a nice view right there too. So, living sold in 5 days, came to the market, went escrow, 5 days.
Where?
Yes, it is. Oh, lot size, yeah, well, it's a 5,202 lot size. Yeah, so I mean, lot size is not too big, but with a pool, because the property with some pools, and have a good view out there, and remember, like I said. It was leaving the market for 5 days, so.
The 5 days broken out.
Does it?
Like,
I mean, like, it's hot,
I.
you know, so I mean, it was,
That's
It's cheap.
oh, yeah. So Melissa, so name that price.
875.
875. Okay, all right, perfect. So before I reveal the price, I want to hear from you guys.
1.1. 1.2.
No, I'd say 975.
990.
Wow. It's a lot. Okay.
975, 100.
And 99 cents.
1,100,000.
Wow, okay.
I
Yes.
think it's got 9 in front of it.
All right, perfect. So this property was actually listed at 852. It was listed at 852. No, listed. It's a sales price.
Sold
It was listed at 852.
Got me
It
9.
sold for $905,000. So dude, you bet 900. Wow. So what made you arrive at that number? Like 900, like below $1 million, maybe.
I just think the house is worth that price according to the market, condition right now. Although I have never had any transactions, but I have been watching the market all the time.
I love that. You hear exactly what she said. She's been watching the market all the time. And Melissa, you were 875. You weren't too far off.
Well, yeah,
either.
but
So-
like I've been in Chino like every day, like there's some $1 million homes, but they're little, they're the same bedroom size, but they're a little. Little bit.
I love that. I mean, literally, you guys were like really spot on in terms of the solar price. And just imagine 3 months ago, what would you guys guess? Probably like, well, larger numbers. So you guys did a great job. So I don't want to get it. Yeah. All right. So hey, wait, hold on. What's going on here? Come on. You know, on my show, everyone walks away with a prize. So here you go. Yeah.
I can give it to somebody.
Yeah, you can give me somebody else. Yeah. Yes. I like that, yes. And that's what you guys should always do, right? I mean, you guys read the books, keep a copy for yourself and give the copy to someone else. So then when your client say, hey, Melissa, you on chapter 3 it talks about this. What does this really mean? You can actually pull out your copy and answer their question, right? Yes. So. All right, so let's welcome our newcomers in March. So let's give a hand for our newcomers. A lot of them have been on Zoom, so if you guys are in the coaching program, you've probably seen them. They've been on Zoom and chatting in. A lot of them are dual career, so they have that Zoom option where they can jump in and learn and grow all that good stuff. So you guys see them around, they come in the office, definitely give them a nice warm up. All right, perfect. So bucket fills. So bucket fills is the time when we get an opportunity to acknowledge someone that might have helped you. Maybe they made your day better, maybe they gave you a great hug or whatever. So I want to hear from 3 bucket fills. I want to hear 3 people that fill someone's bucket.
It was Qierre, sorry. And this morning I saw you, when I walked in the door, I saw you, you were passionate, talking. I don't know what I'm talking about, you were passionate, I like your personality.
Oh, thanks, John.
You're saying the
Thanks.
coffee was too hot.
Hot coffee. Yeah.
I have a bucket to fill. I want to say thank you to Brian and Mercedes is not here, like Danny, Res Wealthy team. Like I've been super in grind mode and they are so helpful. Like I ask all the questions and then I try to execute on my own. And sometimes I might make a mistake, but they're right there to help. So I just want to say thank you very much for all the help
Thank you so
and
much.
the great leadership. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more.
I will.
All right,
I
Zena.
want to thank Danny for taking the time to spend with me on this text follow-up bus.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, take your time. Take your time. I'll do a bonus one for Geeta. Let's
I
do
just
it.
want to say thank you to Tina.
Okay.
I wasn't here for like 8 months. That long story. I accident and everything, but she helped me with this offer that has come from the purchase agreement with my son and his wife. San Diego, but she just walked me through the whole thing and cleared up a lot of my doubts. So thank you.
Yes, I love that. Great. All right, perfect. All right, so pitch your listing. So this is the opportunity where you get to pitch your listings, whether your homes that are coming on the market, maybe homes that are currently existing on the market, or maybe a seller that said, hey, if you offer me this, I'll sell my house. So let's hear two. Let's hear two. You guys are there making calls, so pitch your listings. Let's do it. Come on, I know you have to find some people that want to sell their house. Right? You guys talk to buyers and sellers.
Fire.
We gotta diversify. We talk to buyers and sellers. Your license can help people not just buy a house, but also sell. So we want to do both of those things. So, Tina.
Don't have any upcoming listings,
Mhm.
but I highly recommend our colleagues go to the KB New Home cross to the Costco line ranch in Ontario. I went there last week. Sorry, I'm not there for a week because I sold out, sold out in 2 days for 24, I think that's 24 homes. It's very nice. You can a little bit smell
Mhm.
about the farm, but except that, everything's great. I think we should pitch that to the new homeowners, and apparently sell fast with reasonable price around 700,000. And I can see it's very popular. So if you get any chance, go there, take video, take pictures, pitch to the client. I'm sure, if you keep doing, one of your clients will buy, and you don't need to wait too long now. It's on a waiting list about 40.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but someone will drop, in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's-
I think it's good, new home to be there.
Yeah.
And, Tina does a great job of showcasing those listings using video, so
Yeah.
I've seen her do that and she's killing it.
I
So
love that. And Tina, how much does it cost for you to actually shoot a video at one of these new homes? Like, how much do you have to pay them to do that?
Zero, I shoot myself. I
Exactly, right?
myself.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Doesn't cost you anything, huh?
Yeah, and I got so many, some, not so many, but, some leads, maybe they don't buy this one, but they will buy some others, someone. But because the inventory is very low,
Mhm.
and for the resale,
Mhm.
so I think it's the time to pitch the new home.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
if someone would find a home anyway, right, is a resale for new people.
Mhm.
right,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you
definitely.
fast,
yeah.
your builders now build fast.
Mhm.
And I just signed a contract January in Ontario with another one, Meritage, and we close next month.
Oh, nice.
So it's
Okay.
three months.
Nice.
It's not, you don't need to wait actually 6 or 8 months now. They're moving fast because they need the money, right?
For sure. I mean, absolutely. Developers are sitting on these
Developer needs
properties.
money to.
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
I highly recommend you guys to go there and have a look.
Yeah, for sure. And I've seen a few of you guys have already gone to new home communities and shot videos there and stuff like that. So definitely continue to do that because your audience starts to take eye on that, so when they do have questions, they start to reach out to you. So, start to create that sequence of pattern. You know what I mean? So thank you for sharing, Tina.
And the good thing, the commission is up. Commission is 2% now at least, and some builder offer 3%. So it's up. It's not like last year, like 0 commission or just 1%, except the Lennar. So it's a good thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, back in 2021, yeah, they were not being friendly to realtors at all. So, like, yeah, you bring someone, but you're not getting paid or anything. So, yes, awesome. Anyone wants to share this team?
I'll just pitch, I represent an investment group that's looking for property off market. Even if it's on market, if you find it or it's your listing that. It's not selling, it's ugly, or it needs work, or it's just a situation where the sellers have to get it off quick. We're looking.
Excellent, love that. One more chance before we move forward. Going once. Going twice. All right, we are moving forward. All right, so make sure when you guys are taking your listings, make sure to send them to our front desk, Mo. Because again, we want to get as much exposure for your listings as possible, right? So definitely make sure when you guys are taking listings, share them so we can get them blasted and get them out and let other agents know about it. Because it wouldn't be nice if you can actually find a buyer in this office, you know what I mean? Be able to keep it in the family. So definitely make sure that you guys are sending your listings. All right. So this is a nice list of who got paid. So who got paid that money? So let's give a hand to all the agents who got paid. Yeah. So the goal is to have everyone's name on that list, right? We want all of you guys to get paid. All right. All right. So our February production rankings. All right. So $1 million a month. We have Andrea for $1 million a month. Give it up for Andrea. Monthly home run. We had Gary, we had James, and we had Nick. So let's give it up. All right, top performers. We have Andrea, we have Thomas, we have Tina Wayne, who's going to be one of our speakers today. We had Kat and we had Danae. So let's give her for a top performer. All right, top team groups. We had a Fusion Home Group, and we have the KW Commercial. All right, year-to-date production rankings. All right, so you have Jason, Andrea, Cynthia, Danae, Thomas, Tina, Kat, Gotti, Mauricio, and William. So let's give it up for our year-to-date. All right, top team and groups, KW Vision, Fusion Home Group, and Res Wealthy Team. Let's give it up. All right, so obviously, you know, we're always ahead. We're always providing a lot of great value, a lot of great classes. So here, see, listen, we have classes that we offer on Zoom, as well as we have our in-house classes, as well as we have our office information. So, you know, after our meetings, you know, we always send out a recap, and the recap has all this great information on here. So if you guys ever want to know what's going on, definitely make sure to check your emails, right? Want to make sure you guys are checking your emails. So let's just make sure we're doing that. All right. So we have a great big event coming up this Friday. It's going to be our listing clinic with none other than Mr. Gene Rivers. If you have not had an opportunity to listen to him in his listing clinic, take the opportunity to do so. Gene Rivers is known as being the second smartest man in Keller Williams. Can you guys tell me who's number one smartest man in Keller Williams? Qierre. Another try. Thank you, Gary Keller. Yes. So yeah, make sure you guys make time to come. Because again, Gene Rivers provides a lot of great value, a lot of great information. It's not like a lecture, just standing there talking, actually provides real life experiences. And it's actually really entertaining. So definitely make sure you guys come. It's gonna be here, you're gonna have a good time, we're gonna have lunch, and you know, it's just be a great opportunity for us to create that cohesive energy and take those notes and those values and apply them to your business. All right, so picture day, we're gonna have picture day next Tuesday, March 28th. So rule of thumb, if you have not updated your picture within the last 3 years, it's probably time for you guys to update your pictures. Now don't get me wrong, I'm sure the 90s was a great time. But you know, we're in like 2023. It's like we need to update our pictures. People, I mean, you know, it sucks when you know you look at the card, right, and you meet the person. And, oh, like what's going on here, right? So just make sure you guys are scheduling your times to update your photos, and yeah, make sure you have the person that's actually on your card, right? Let's do that. All right. Now we have our awards luncheon. It's going to be next Wednesday. It's going to be here at our office. This is a great opportunity. We're going to be celebrating our award winners for 2023, as well as we're going to have a top agent panel. So once they get their nice little awards, they can set up here and then we can hit them with some questions. Like, how did you get up there? How can I get up there? You know, how do you grow your business, right? Because again, we want to make this, yes, we are acknowledging, we are celebrating our success, but we also want to make this a learning experience for each and every one of you guys, because we want you guys to be on it next year, right? All right, making sure you guys are following the TTPA. Don't call people that are on the do not call list. So if you guys are getting leads from our coaching program, don't worry, those have been scrubbed, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you are getting leads from somewhere else, definitely make sure that you are not calling people on that list, because you can get sued and it's pretty expensive. So definitely make sure you're not calling people and do not call lists. All right, so let me give you guys a real estate market update. All right, so if you look at this graph here, San Bernardino County active listing inventory year over year. So if we're looking at 2023, what direction is this going? Down, which means what?
Inventory is going down.
Inventory is going down, right? So inventory is going down. So if we look at this graph here, in terms of interest rates, you know, if we're looking at this, you know, from 2013 to 2022, right? So the 2022 interest rates represents these dots here. So what direction is that going in? If we're looking at the dotted orange lines,
They're going up.
it's going up, right? So inventory is going down, interest rates are going up, right? So if you have clients right now, buyers that are on the fence and they're telling you, hey, you know, I think I should wait, show them this graph. And the great thing about it, yes, I'll get a copy of this, right? So you can show it to them. So when they're telling you, oh, no, Gene, I want to wait, show them this graph. Like, listen, we're trending up. So that 4-bedroom, 3-bath house that you can afford right now, you may not be able to afford it if it goes up 6.75 or 7% or more. And not to mention you be paying more on a monthly basis. So since we know you qualify for the house right now, let's go out there and look at the house right now and let's make an offer. Otherwise, you know, you would be possibly paying more, you know, as interest rates go up, right? All right, now let's look here at the demand year over year, right? So if we're looking at 2023 pendings here, what direction is that going? If we're looking at that demand year over year, what direction is that going? The blue line here?
Starting to go sideways, slash down.
No, it's actually going down. Let's
Sideways slash down.
it's going this way, okay? It's going this way,
I don't
right?
really
So
believe in that slant too much.
you have to believe the slant, all right? Everyone believes in the slant, okay? We're going to believe in the slant, all right? So we're looking at this, and we're looking at the slant, it's trending down, which means demand, which means payments are going down, which means that we're seeing less buyer activity, right? We're seeing less buyer activity, right? And this is something to share with your buyers. You know, like if we're seeing less buyer activity, what does that mean? When it comes to buyers presenting offers or write offers, what does that mean? It's easier,
More
right?
options.
Exactly, absolutely, right? So if we're seeing paintings going down, that means there's gonna be less buyers in the market, which can give your buyers a more opportunity in their offer accepted, right? Again, you guys get a copy of this, so definitely make sure you are sharing this with your clients. You want to create curiosity, right? Because yes, you can call them, yes, you can tell them. When you actually have something to share with them, it creates that curiosity, it creates that expertise, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys are real estate experts, right? So when they think about real estate, they need to think about you. How do you do that? Not just by telling them, but actually showing them the data, showing them the facts. Now, if we're looking at expected market time year over year, right? If we're looking at 2023, it represents the blue line. What direction is that going? Kind of sideways, right, Ryan? Ryan's gonna say that, right? Kind of sideways, right? But it is trending down. So if you're between 80, let's say between 80 and 60, if you look up there, what type of market are we headed into?
Like sellers.
It's like those market, right? Yeah, and it's amazing. If you look back 3 months ago, we were heading toward a buyer's market. And the market really changed just like that, right? So if you're looking at this and you do have sellers on the fence thinking about, is this the right time to sell? What are you gonna share with them?
Absolutely.
You're gonna share this graph with them, right? Say, oh no, Karen, is this the right time to sell? Well, okay, let me show you this graph here. This graph shows that we are actually heading into a seller's market. So this is a great time to sell, right? Use these facts, use these graphs to create your conversation. Whether you're working with buyers or working with sellers, use these graphs. Now, this represents a luxury market. Anything over 800,000 in San Bernardino County is considered luxury, right? So if we're looking at the active inventory for luxury homes, $800,000 or more, where is that trending? Based on the blue market, it's down, right? So it kind of mirrors what's going on with homes that are not considered luxury. Now, if you look at demand year over year, where is that trending?
Yeah.
Exactly, right? So it's mimicking the same thing as an only price home. So you're pretty much using the same graphs, the same data, the same arguments, whether you're talking to a luxury buyer seller or a standard buyer seller. All right, now we move on to our compliance tip with our Chief Compliance Officer, Sandy. So Sandy, come on down.
Good morning.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah, you get the picture. Yes.
Love it. To begin with, I wanted to thank you guys for attending the classes that we've been giving. We had our listing agreement, our buyer representation agreement, our purchase contract, as well as the last class we just had on addendums to the purchase agreement. So when I'm done today, I'd love to get your feedback of what you'd like to hear next month. If you would like to repeat on any of those, if you'd like me to go into disclosures, which I was planning on next month. So again, we're trying to direct training to what your needs are, what it is that we can help you with. So again, just give that some thought, what you'd like to get some more information on, and I'm going to ask you when I'm done here what you would like me to include for next month. For this morning, what I'm wanting to go over with you is I find that there's a lot of confusion over the different ways that you can do a listing. In your residential listing agreement, you do have an option of doing a coming soon status. You also have an option of doing withholding marketing for a period of time. If you do that, as you have here on item number 7D, you need to include when your marketing is going to start. The importance to these different options that you have with your listing is you need to make sure you're MLS compliant. Otherwise, unfortunately, you and the broker are going to get a violation. So we want to make sure that you're addressing what the client is wanting on when they're wanting to start that marketing, and that you're doing it in the appropriate way for not only paperwork, but also for the MLS. So to start, let's just say that you've got a seller who wants to start marketing April 1st. That's when it is that they can become active. They can go where they're open for showings. So in that event, you can have a listing agreement that starts April 1st. That would mean you're putting it into the MLS on April 1st. Obviously, there is a little bit of a window there that you're not doing anything with that property. Because you cannot start marketing a property until it goes active with it. So just to explain that to you, there's what's called clear cooperation, meaning that if you start marketing a property, that property has to go into the MLS within 1 day. Now, normally, if you take a listing, it has to go into the MLS within 2 days, unless you start marketing it. So be careful about that. So your options are you're wanting to obviously be careful not to get days on the market. We all know that that can work against you. So your options for a listing is you can start a listing, let's just say April 1st, because that's when they want to go active and allow showings to start. You can also do what's called a coming soon, where it is you can start marketing the property because it's in a coming soon status, but it cannot be shown. And it's really important that you make sure your seller knows that, because what you don't want to have happen is somebody knocks on the door seeing that, oh, there's a coming soon coming up. And then they say, oh, could you show me the property? That would be a violation. So we don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that your seller is aware of the coming soon status. The reason that they have that is that you don't get days on the market. But the reason you don't get days on the market is because it's not being shown. So be careful about that. You can do it coming soon for up to 21 days. So like in our scenario we were talking about, this would be a great opportunity. Let's say they don't want to list it, have it active for showings until April 1st, well, you could put it in a coming soon status for up to 21 days. So you could even go beyond April 1st. But you can't go past 21 days. So it's really important that when you're coming soon, which I'm going to show you what that form looks like, that you are realistic in the time frame that you're putting on when it can go active. Because once you put that time frame in there, you can't extend it. It will go active on that date that you put in your coming soon form. So that's really important because you also put in the MLS that way. So the thing I want to bring to your attention is if you are keeping it off the market, you're not using a coming soon, and you're not going to be marketing it for a period of time, then you can use this 7D to reference when it will start marketing, but you also need to use an SELN. It's really the best way for protection because it explains to the client what is in fact occurring. It's a whole nother form, and I'll show that to you as well. So the other thing that I like to include is this is again page 4 of the RLA is which is a listing agreement, is under additional terms. If you're doing the coming soon, which is a form, just so that you know, it's not a car form. It's a form that you can get off of zip forms, but it's in the actual MLS library. So it's under the Qierre MLS library that you can grab that form. So if you're going to use that, put it under additional forms, additional terms. So as you have, if it was a trust advisory or any of these other items, put in there if you're doing the coming soon. Just list that form. So it's an attachment there. This is the coming soon status form that we were just talking about. Again, it goes through all those details. No showings, limited advertising, 21-day limit. It's a one-time status, so you can't bounce back out to it. It's a one-time only. It goes through what the advertising is. Now, the one thing to know on Qierre MLS, they have made some modifications to the syndication for coming soon. So you're not getting the syndications like you were before, which is really important.
It's clicking.
Oh, sorry. Oh, thank you. Okay, well, we just skip forward quite a bit. So which is really important for your client to know, because the coming soon, you've got the benefit that you're getting eyes on the property without days on the market. But the eyes on the property, just to let you know, is really coming from agents that have buyers that they've set up MLS searches, and that property will go out with the listings that that buyer is receiving, even if it's in a coming soon status. But it's not going out to the Redfins, the realtor.com. It's not being syndicated to those websites. So just so that you understand the benefit. But as you know, if you have a buyer, you're going to set them up on an MLS search, because that's your best way of being able to, you know, stay in communication with your client. So you're still getting days on eyes on the property without days on the market. So it is still a very useful tool. This is the SELN form. Again, that would be if you're keeping it from marketing it. If you are doing so, please mark what is the appropriate box. So on here, you would 4A would mirror the same date as what you have on your listing agreement. So, and then number B is if you were doing it for the entire listing agreement. That would not come into play very often. A commission agreement. Okay, this is one thing that I'm finding that agents aren't familiar with, but it can be a very beneficial tool, because as we were talking about before, all of those other listing options that you have MLS requirements to them. So this is a way of being able to deal with, like Brian, who has those investors. He would be able to get a commission agreement signed by maybe a homeowner that would be interested in possibly selling their property, but they don't want to go on the MLS. They're not wanting to actively show the property maybe but they will. Maybe they're gonna be putting it in the MLS in the future, they're just not ready right now to actively show the property. Well, you could use a commission agreement. And a commission agreement would be beneficial because you don't have MLS requirements. So just understand the difference between them. This would be if you had, you're not marketing the property, but you might have a database of investors that you're letting know about the property. So that you're having one-on-one contact with clients with regards to the property. And then all you do is it's a compensation if in fact the homeowner accepts an offer by that date. So please allow yourself enough time. Now, let's just say that you run into a situation where the seller then wants to put it active into the MLS. You can cancel this commission agreement on a modification, on a cancellation, and then you could go ahead and do a regular listing agreement. So you still have that option to do that. But this is a really good one to use it if you have the situation where maybe you have a buyer, investor for the properties, and the client's not ready to have it in the MLS. This is the modification of terms form. So sometimes when you're dealing in a situation like we were talking about, where you've got, let's just say the listing is going to start April 1st. That's really when they want to go active for it to show. And let's just say that they're not ready on that date. Well, you can go ahead and use the modification of terms to extend the list date. Because again, you have to, once that thing goes active, you have to have it in the MLS within 48 hours. So you got to be careful that if you need to extend it, use the modification of terms form. You can also use the modification of terms form if you put it on a hold. So sometimes you might have a situation where the client maybe had people come in from out of town and they just want to have it on hold for a period of time. You can use this to put it on hold, but please do a modification of terms. Don't just change it in the MLS because we have no instructions from the seller to do that unless you use the modification of terms form. And this I just want to bring to your attention. If you have a situation where you did an SELM, they're not going to market it for whatever reason for a period of time, then you have to register it in the MLS. So here on your dashboard, you've got the, oops, wow, I'm sorry. You have the listing toolbox, you click on that. Once you get into the listing toolbox, you have the option to go registered listing. And then you just go ahead and complete it. And you can also edit your registered listing through your MLS dashboard. So be aware of that as well. So again, hopefully that helps. Oh, I apologize. Hopefully that helps you through those different options. If you have any specific questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm now going to ask that golden question. What did you guys need for next month? What would be most helpful for you? Do you want to go back to contracts, purchase agreements? I'll just go ahead and go for a raise of the hands. Purchase agreements? Okay, that's a big one. Okay, we can do that. Would you like to do another refresher on the listing agreements and the buyer agreements? Okay. Okay, it looks like we could do that as well. What about disclosures? Okay, not as high a demand.
It should be, it should be. Yes.
Schedule them, according to that demand. But again, I appreciate that feedback. Thank you all and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, so we'll definitely put disclosures on the counters as well, because disclosures are very important. All right, perfect. So move on to our next portion of our meeting. Super excited about this. So this is our women in real estate portion. Yes. So we're going to have Tina Wayne, Rashawn Mobley, and Tina Yang come up and join us. Yeah. You can sit anywhere you want, but Rashawn's is in the middle. So the Tinas can sit anywhere you want, but Rashawn's is in the middle. Yeah, I do this purposely. You know what I mean? It's a Tina sandwich with a little sunshine in the middle. All right, perfect. So let's start from left to the right. So Tina, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you been in the business?
Okay, my
You know-
name is Tina Wayne and I have been in the business since October of 2018, so about 4.5 years, I would say. And I love this business.
I love that, I love that. All right, Rashawn?
I am Rashawn Mobley, I'm a new agent. I've been here since October and really started moving or plugging in November. Happy to be here.
Excellent, I love that. And then Tina.
Yeah, I'm Tina Young, I'm a Tina Ron's sister. It'll be almost 4 years until this November will be 4 years, so I'm gonna working on renew my license.
Okay.
And I joined PW before I actually got my license, 1 day before,
Oh,
because
wow.
I know I'm gonna pass, so I just work 1 day before. Fill out this office.
Love it, I love it. Yes, so Tina, we'll start with you. So tell us, like, what was it like being a woman in real estate? Like, you know, your experiences.
Well, I would say, the best advantage with, being a woman in the real estate for me is the flexibility of the schedule. Being a, you know, with a family with 3 kids and a husband, you know, you have to have that flexibility of the schedule to work around your, you know, work around your time. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Yeah, but, you know, my day, in a real estate is like, I wake up in the morning, get my kids ready to school, breakfast, you know, make all that happen, and then start my real estate. And then afternoon, I would do some like, you know, I have a certain time that I need to be home to prepare dinner for the family.
I love that. Same questions for you, Rashawn. What's it like being a woman in real estate?
Actually, it's very empowering for me, because I feel like I have complete control of my day and my time as well, and just creating the balance. A lot of you guys know me from being in the program. I take care of a demented father, and that's difficult in itself. So just being able to have the flexibility to work and be a caretaker, also full-time mom, full-time grandma, and a granddog mom. It's definitely rewarding to be able to have the balance and the support here at this particular office. So, I love it.
Yeah, I love that. And Tina, same question. What's it like being a woman in real estate?
The good thing is you're your own boss, right? If you're working for other business, maybe you don't like this one, and you have to work this game. But here, if you know, some clients maybe you don't like, it's okay. You just work with someone you like. And just as Tina said, use kind of flexibility, like you can, I do not want to say balance, because no one can balance perfectly life and, you know, career, but you can do the counterbalance. Like it can be your family time, your own interest, and your self time and your career time independently. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Yeah. So Tina, so what made you, well, I'm sorry, I gotta specify. So Tina W. So what made you want to get into real estate? I mean, there's so many different industries you could be an entrepreneur, but what made you want to get into real estate?
Because before being a real estate, I was working with an interior company, which I do sales, designing, and managing the whole project, all the way to the end. So I used to work with a lot of agents. You know, agents helping buy the property, and then they would provide a full service, bringing them to the, you know, design center, remodeling stage. And then that's how I know, like, I start working with a lot of agents, and then I talk to them. And then, you know, because that time I loved my job, but I didn't like the schedule that I have to do. Like I have to be in the office from Monday to Saturday, even working on Saturday, and even sometimes Sunday. And then, so it's like, I don't have time for my family, never have time for my kids. You know, my husband would be the one who bring them to parties, you know, shopping and all that. I was always at work. I hate the schedule, but I love the work, right? So that's how I found out, you know, by talking to those agents, that
you can actually schedule your own time. And you have your, flexibility of the schedule, you work around your family. That's how I started getting into this business.
I love that.
And so far, I love it. And then when I just started, I go, oh my God, I wish I did this long time ago. Because I was suffering with my schedule,
Yeah.
so I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And same question for you, Rashawn.
Actually, it came on my Facebook the other day, 6 years ago. I studied for real estate in Washington, but because, when I lived there, I had, multiple businesses. I owned a salon and spa for almost 30 years, and then I have an insurance brokerage. I just didn't study hard enough and I never passed, and so, fast forward, I moved here. A couple years ago, I met Mercedes about a year almost ago, and she sold me a home. And in between that time, a year prior when I got here, I took the real estate course again because it's always been like on my bucket list. For when I retire, I want to be able to sell real estate. I took the class, but I was scared to pass the test. And I see this lady with a baby pulling up like, okay, I'm gonna help you buy a home. And I was thinking myself, how? Like with a baby? And so she just really super motivated me. And at the end of our conversation that day, she was like, you have hours, go get your license, like really. And I was like, okay. And then about 10 days later, I called her, was like, okay, I'm done. I'm all squared away. I just need to take my state board. I took it and here we are. And I'm thankful that she changed my life because this was on my bucket list. And I feel like I'm 50, I want to retire in a couple of years, like, so I have to work really fast now, but I love it. So yeah, those bucket list.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Tina, you gave me the same question. So why real estate?
It's all about helping others. My outlet goal and my purpose and my motivation. I moved to US from China 2017, it's 6 years ago. And by the time, if I want to buy a house, unfortunately, my first time purchase experience is not very good. Someone maybe already heard of that. The agent's not very professional. And I did everything myself, do the research, I signed a contract. It's a new home, just cross the 713 street, Bristol. And find a lender, found a builder, and close. I did everything myself without knowing anything. Through research. So I think there might be someone like me who need a home, but they have no one to, or they met someone not professional, very friendly. So I just would like to help others with my knowledge and experience. And I think woman realtor is kind of easy to get people's trust. If you look like little bit trustworthy. Most people do, right? That most people see me, they don't think I'm a bad person, right? I'm friendly, I'm kind of good looking.
It's not taking that. That's not getting
Yeah. So that's why I always say to my colleagues that pay attention to an image. You be professional, try to be likable, knowledgeable, likable, and people trust you. You can help people when people trust you to do the win-win. So that's very simple. Yeah.
I love that. I was actually moving on to my next question. So Tina Wayne, so what kind of tips can you share with our agents out here?
Yeah, like Tina said, be likable. Likable is the most important thing in this business because whoever's gonna hire you with their biggest asset, biggest investment, they have to like you. And then be trustworthy because they look at you as a professional. You want to be their trust advisor.
Yeah. Love that. And Rashawn?
Be able to follow up. That's big. And that used to be something that I always used to put things on the back burner, but coming here to this business, I've been really responsive to my clients whenever they need me and I listen. That's another thing. You have to be a good listener. And of course, trustworthy and be on time. You only get one word. You can do it or you can't. So when you're making schedules and you need to meet up with them, if you said 1 o'clock, be there at 12:45, you know what I mean? So that's about all, yes.
I love that. Now I'm gonna open it up for you guys so you can ask some questions. Thanks.
Well, one thing I wanted to share, and this is for our agents who are getting up and running, and I think one thing that Sunshine has done really well is that she's been working to build her pipeline, and then she's in a position now where her pipeline, the fruits of her labor starts to show up. And I think sometimes we quit before the fruits of our labor show up. And it actually happens a lot. So she jumped in what, November?
Yeah.
Since then, she could tell you how many open houses she's done. She's counted it, how many?
I did 13 weekends.
So
straight.
13 open houses, or maybe 12, like 2? Or so what did you-
Oh, that was just that one house, and
Okay.
then I sat open house 2 weekends for Mercedes, for her listing that sold.
Mhm. So like, say, between 15 and 20 open houses since November, plus reaching out to her network, her sphere of influence. She just closed her first commercial deal yesterday, just opened an escrow last night. So. But that's not even done yet. How many buyers are you showing right now?
So I had 5, now I have 6.
She has 5 buyers that she's actively showing property for right now. So, that just to say, she's proving the roadmap for anyone who wants to get into production quickly, which is high levels of activity and take action and make mistakes, fail forward, and lean on a support group that's here for you. And I told her, I said, your biggest challenge right now is that you're going to just focusing on servicing the people that you currently have. And yet you don't backfill the new people that you could be working with. So right now, our biggest challenge is time management around how does she continue to service the 6 buyers she has while adding additional clients to make sure, because here's the thing about us as agents, as soon as you close your last client, you're unemployed. Right. As soon as you close your last deal, you have no one else to work with. So stay employed by making sure that you're putting in at least an hour to 2 a day. And it might be different for depending on who you are. Your goals may require you to put in 3 hours. I don't know. But whatever your goals are, continue to turn that wheel by giving you by being able to continue to talk to people on a regular basis about buying, selling, and investing in real estate. So I give her a bunch of credit because she is not conservative with the activity level necessary to win. She's throwing a lot at the wall, seeing what sticks, fail forward, and then now I told her, I said, look, you should expect a couple transactions per week. I'm sorry, per week and per month from this point out with your pipeline. As long as you continue to maintain, you'll be great.
Yeah, you guys don't give up. I know our team that meets in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday team, you guys, please don't give up. I quit like 100 times in my head, but you just have to keep going and don't be afraid, you know what I mean? Put yourself out there. I didn't know anything. I saw open house and was like, okay, Mercedes, can I sit with you at open house? She said, no, you can just do it. And then I freaked out. I didn't have signs. I didn't know what to do next. And I got it all done. And from that moment moving forward, I've just been moving. And I've made a couple mistakes, but like Brian said, the support is here. So make the mistakes and just keep going, but do not give up. And if you guys have questions, I'm free. I don't know a lot. We can figure it out together. You know what I mean? Like we have to be accountable. Like seriously, you guys just do it.
Once you do it, it's easy.
Yeah.
You just
Well,
gotta
no,
start.
no, it's not.
Not yet, no, not yet.
Once you do it, then. Yeah, no, seriously, it's not like HGTV, it's not like Real House of Atlanta or whatever it is on TV, it's not that, trust me. Yesterday, it was really bad for me, I couldn't even get out of bed, I was so nauseous and it was a crazy multi-offer, I beat out at 850,000 cash offer. I beat them. Consistency. stand on it, you know what I mean? So like, I feel good about that, like, the guy is like, I'm trembling in my shoes right now, I'm passing up 850 in cash. I'm gonna take your offer, and I like blew up, like, what? Like, really? So, I mean, I thought when he said 850 cash, I thought it was over, I couldn't even eat yesterday, so it's not like TV. It's real.
Well,
Real.
I wanna jump into what Tina said, because
Yes.
yes, it becomes easier to talk to people when you
Yeah.
get used to it.
Yeah,
Right, especially when you get your knowledge base,
Yeah.
you get your bearings, you get comfortable in
Yeah.
a real estate dialogue. It becomes easier,
yeah,
and then now you can't sit at dinner at a restaurant without getting a realtor ear, meaning. People, one family or a couple talking real estate 10 tables down, right? You get like the bat signal, right? It's like radar, right, to an agent, and then you say, hey, yeah, I can help you buy a house. Right? You get emboldened to want to say something
Yeah.
because you are confident in what you're saying.
Okay, wait, can you guys drop my business card on that table?
Yeah,
right
right
there?
Exactly.
Talking about open house.
Yeah.
You know, in the beginning, you might be scared, or what do I do and stuff like that, but once you do one, it becomes easier and easier and easier.
I would also like to share one of my favorite phrase like, keep your head, heels and standards high.
Yes.
Heels and standards high. One example, I think as a woman realtor, you actually need to know more than the men realtor. I'm no discrimination, but maybe the male like pure, you may know the smoke detector. You may know the whatever, something related with the handyman or repairs and
Right.
everything, but as a woman realtor, I think when you have time, do not always go to basic, go to Home Depot. Home Depot help you a lot. This industry, I never, because my husband do everything in Home Depot.
Yeah,
I don't know where can I find even a carbon monoxide detector.
yeah.
But after I get familiar with Home Depot, it's a trick. You increase your sales volume because you know Home Depot. I know exactly where it is now in the the Home Depot very close to our office. Whenever you got time, trust me, go to the Home Depot.
Just
You'll
go,
find a deal.
Go window shopping at Home Depot. Right.
Well, because I give you for example, last year I sold a 2 million house in Irvine, and there is something wrong with it. It's a kind of 4-year-old house, like almost like new, and no one ever living there. But when you open the garage, it's kind of, it's kind of creaking sound. And I know WB, and I swear this works well, and the neighbor saw that. Neighbor is a woman. Do you know what they're doing? I said, WB4, you should do this. I gave it to her, and she asked my phone number, although my sign there, but she never called me or text me. My sign was there for 2 months, and then she literally asked me for, "Hi, do you have a name card?" Maybe, I think it's a good thing when you know something, at least as equal as male. As a man realtor, no. Do not say, "Hey, I'm a woman realtor. I don't know anything about repair," or this. Get your hand dirty sometime, and you're shining. Keep your head, heels, and standard high. Standard.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah. Any other questions before we let our amazing panel off? Any other questions?
Some questions. Yeah.
They're right here. Wow, I think you guys just blew them away. They're in shock and awe right now. So, perfect. Well, let's give another hand for our main. Yes. So let me ask you guys, was this helpful? Whoa, Brian, was this helpful?
Absolutely.
All right, everyone else, was this helpful? Yes, absolutely, yes, and obviously this month being Women's Month, International Month, I definitely wanted to take the opportunity to have some of our amazing women entrepreneurs up here to share their experiences, also a lot of values, a lot of great tips. So I hope you guys took some notes, and again, obviously you guys will get a recording of all this, so you guys have access to, and you guys will play it. and Jared, all that good stuff. So thank you guys for taking the time to be with us today. We truly appreciate it. And let's give it up for our panel again. All right, now you guys head out that door there. You have to